Well, good evening, leaders and leaders in training. Really excited about my video that I wanted to make for you guys tonight. As you can see, I got a little bit of a prop here that I saw years ago. This prop was used for another purpose, but I decided to kind of build it myself and use it for something else, particularly something I wanted to demonstrate tonight. So as you can tell by the title of the video, uh, practice makes perfect. What I'm about to do, probably tonight, I hope, is probably prove to you that that's not always the case. Okay, practice does not always make perfect. If you've ever seen a practice, if you've got a child that's involved in any kind of sports, like activities, whether it be volleyball, soccer, football, baseball, you name it, whatever the case may be. If you ever go to their practice, you're going to see, and let's be honest, a lot of times those players are not necessarily thinking about practice. Okay, so they may be thinking about this, they may be thinking about that. I myself, when I was younger, I was involved in team sports, football, baseball, okay, cross country. So I can tell you that, from my perspective, I can tell you that there was a lot of times I was not thinking about practice during practice. Okay, distractions, you're gonna have them. The weather could be one of them. If it was raining during practice, um, that definitely is going to hinder how you're going to have a performance during practice. And let's face it, though, sometimes games, it was raining during games. We had a saying in the Marine Corps, it's not always 85 degrees and sunny on the battlefield. So, especially if it was raining, okay, and the weather was miserable, uh, we were probably out in it training. Okay, if it was not raining, we were not training because we knew that a lot of times the weather was not going to cooperate uh, during battle. So, same thing with games, same thing with sports. So, conditioning too, if the players were out of shape, if they're exhausted, they're not going to have a good practice. Okay, so they're not going to have a perfect practice. Let's just face it. All right, especially if they're out of shape. All right, especially. So the point is, practice does not make perfect, not all the time. So what does? All right, here's the secret. Perfect practice makes perfect. If you have a good practice, if you have a practice that's perfect, no mistakes, no turnovers, okay? The field goal kicker was making them, right down the middle. The receivers were catching all their passes, okay? No fumbles. If you had a perfect practice, then chances are you were going to have a good performance on the upcoming game, all right? So that is what makes practice perfect. Perfect practice. Okay, if you have a good performance during practice, the game's gonna probably have a good outcome for you as a team. So just like you have practice versus perfect practice, you also have effort versus focused effort. Okay, a lot of times we are at the office and we're busy, 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 busy. We are giving effort. That's not the problem. The problem is it's not focused. All right. Denzel Washington, I saw a video of his on YouTube a long time ago, has an awesome quote. He said, just because you look busy doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. Okay. And that stuck with me. Okay. Because that was me for the longest time. I was busy. I was not getting a lot done. Okay. I was exhausted. So hopefully you're on a team where everyone is giving effort. Hopefully. All right. So that's not the problem. Everybody on the team is giving effort. But let's face it, you're gonna have distractions. All right. That's reality. All right. We're human. Okay. We're not robots. So this little prop that I decided to make, let me go over that, what it is that I made here. This little container, this little plastic box, as you can see on the front, I put a tape on it This little box represents your practice, your medical practice, okay? These bottles that I got labeled, they represent things going on in your practice, okay? For example, glasses orders, okay? If you're in the optometric practice, that's something that you're definitely focusing on, okay, during the day. Another thing, patient care, okay? I'll label this bottle patient care. A couple of more examples. Progress calls, okay? That's something that we do to see how glasses are doing that have been picked up. Contact lens orders, okay? Hello, all right? You gotta order those contacts, okay? That's something that has to be done. Appointment confirmations for the next day, okay? That's just another thing that happens during our practice. I don't know about yours. Patient surveys, meeting with reps, okay? All of these bottles represent something going on that you have to focus on every day, okay? Glasses remakes, there's another good example. So these bottles are representing a lot of things going on in the practice, all right? Now, this picture right here, I put a tape on it. As you can see, I put employee, okay? This is the employee that's about to give effort. The water inside the pitcher is the effort, all right? Now, here's what a lot of us are doing on a daily basis. Medical practice, things going on in the practice. Here's the employee, the effort that the employee has. And here's how we're giving it, all right? Just like this. Okay, got a lot of things going on. We're giving effort, all right? But at the end of the day, here's the results. Not much got done, okay? A lot of effort was given just then to all of these things, the duties that have to be done, but most of these bottles are almost empty still, okay? There's a little bit of water in there, so there was some effort there. So insurance got done somewhat today, all right? So that's how we give effort sometimes. Focused effort. Here's what I realized one day how I was going to get something done. Here's the picture again, the employee, me, the water, effort. Let's say today I need to focus on contact lens orders. Here's how I'm going to do it. Focused effort. I got a lot done. Okay? Here's another thing. All right? Contact lens reps. All right? You got to meet with reps. All right? I'll give you about 30, 45 minutes of my focused effort, and we'll get something done that day. All right? Insurance, same thing. All right? Evaluations, evals. As team leader, I got to evaluate my team periodically, not just once a year. Okay? So here we go. As team leader, I'm giving my team evaluations, how they're performing that day. All right. Scheduling. Hello. Okay, we got to work on that scheduling. Got to keep that schedule full of patients. Recalls. All right. We're going to focused effort. Now we're getting a lot more done. You see the difference? All right. Before, we were just giving effort sporadically. Not much was getting done, but we were giving effort. Then we decided to have focused effort one day, okay? And instead of just sporadically giving effort, I would grab a topic, I would grab a duty, I would grab something that needed to be done that day, and I would give it focused effort, okay? And because I decided to give it focused effort, more got done. Okay, so that is the difference between effort and focused effort. Now, what will interfere with focused effort? Gossip. Leaders, I'm here to tell you right now, if your team is gossiping during the day, number one, you're not giving them enough to do, okay? And number two, myself personally, if I hear it going on, you're gone. Okay, nothing will destroy the camaraderie and the respect and the trust of a team like gossip. If you are a leader, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're gossiping about a staff member to another staff member, they're going to find out. And when that other person finds out, you're going to lose trust and you're going to lose respect as a leader. Don't do it. Okay? Just don't. All right. Reps, contact lens reps, frame reps, lens reps. They're going to want to walk in your front door. And that's okay. They have a job to do. Okay? I let them come in through my front door as long as they're on the schedule. Okay? I will schedule a rep to be in my office almost 3-4 times a week. Okay? Here's the thing, if they're not on the schedule, chances are they're not going to see me. All right? No disrespect to those reps. They got a job to do. Cold calling, I'm telling you, it's probably not my thing. Okay? I just cannot fathom going into offices trying to create an account that I don't have yet because, let's face it, it's almost soliciting. Okay? But here's the thing. If I'm not going to meet with that rep that's on the schedule, it means that I am giving focused effort on something else. Okay? So it's not that I'm trying to avoid that rep that's not on my schedule. It's I got other things that I need to focus on other than seeing that rep that I don't have an appointment with. Okay? Now, one thing about reps, if you have an appointment with them, don't be rude. If you need to cancel on those reps, give them some time, okay? Have some common courtesy. If you can't see them, don't wait for that rep to drive all the way to your office to tell them, I'm sorry, I can't see you today, okay? Not good. That's not professional, okay? Communicate with your reps, okay? They're there to help you, okay? I understand that. I have a lot of good relationships with my frame reps, my lens reps, contact lens reps somewhat. And here's the thing, guys. Doctors, you do not need to be seeing reps, okay? I understand you guys, want to see reps, but if you're seeing reps, you're not seeing patients. If you're not seeing patients, your practice is not making money, okay? You got to have some leader in your office seeing reps, somebody that you trust. Okay, if you don't have that person, find one, because the more you're seeing reps, the less you're seeing patients, and that's not good for the bottom line. Okay, so I understand there's sometimes the doctors want to meet with reps. I totally get it, but it should not be every time. Okay, the doctors that I work for, they don't see any lens reps. They don't see any frame reps for sure. Okay. We got a system. It works. He trusts the system. We developed it together. And as long as I keep him up to date, okay, he sees the invoices. He sees the statements. All right. He knows if I'm staying in budget. So trust me, if I don't, I'm getting an email. Okay. But he is in the exam rooms seeing patients. Okay, because bottom line, that's better for the practice. All right, shortcuts, don't do them, don't take them. Okay, they're only going to create more mistakes. All right, and then bottom line, that's going to destroy your focused effort. Okay, there is nothing that'll destroy your focus quicker than a mistake that you have to correct. You were focused on goals and something that was happening during that day that was helping the practice grow, and all of a sudden you got to focus on a mistake that you made 2 weeks ago because you decided to take a shortcut. Don't do it, all right? Mistakes will happen, okay? And when they do, refocus on those corrections, okay? But hopefully, you can make those corrections in a quick, orderly fashion. All right. correct them quickly. All right. Another thing that will help you with focused effort, SOPs or standard operating procedures, um, expectations. Okay, know them as a team. Everybody on my team, I hope, okay, um, it's my goal anyways. They know what they should be doing the second they clock in. They know what their responsibilities are. Okay, hopefully I've given them enough training on their responsibilities. They already know uh, what they should be doing. They know what they should be doing. They know what I expect from them. They got a job to do. I'm not going to micromanage. They're adults, okay? They're leaders. I know they're going to get it done, okay? All I got to do is provide the resources or some kind of guidance to help them stay focused on what they got to do so that we can all as a team be successful. All right? Now, when do leaders stop being focused? Well, the way I'm going to answer that question is if you are a parent, do you become a parent only Monday through Friday? Okay, do you stop being a parent Friday night at 5 o'clock? No. You still got to be a parent on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, leaders, you pretty much need to stay focused all the time. Okay, not necessarily on work. Okay, but if you're not focusing on work, focus on what you got to do at home, your family, okay, your friends, okay. Spend some time with them. Have a balanced life at home, okay. Basically, what I try to do, I never clock out as a leader, okay. If you're a parent, you can't clock out as a parent, okay. Same thing as with a leader mentality. I try to stay motivated. I try to stay focused from the moment I wake up to the moment I wake up the next day. Okay, I'm focused in my sleep. Okay, so that's when a leader should be, uh, on the ball. Okay, so to speak. I never stop focusing on things I got to do. I'm always thinking about next week, 2 weeks from now, next month. It's just the way I'm built. Okay, here's the thing. The reason why I do that, I know that the second I stop being focused, chances are I'm going to get complacent. And then that's when mistakes start to happen. And if as the leader, if I start getting complacent, guess who else is going to get complacent? That's right, your team. Okay? So they're going to do what they see you doing. If you're complacent, your team's going to get complacent. Okay? So don't do it. Okay? Stay focused. All right? Have focused effort as much as you can. All right? So stay focused. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. And stay focused in everything that you do. Okay, not just work. Okay, family, also your home life, your friends. All right, your children. If spend time with them. Pets. I have a dog myself, and some of these videos, by the way, you're hearing a bark in the background. That's my dog, Sergeant. All right. If you follow me on Facebook, there's plenty of pictures there on Sergeant. So nice little buddy of mine. So I hope you enjoyed this short presentation. I just wanted to share with you guys, as a practice, what's going on in the practice. The problem is not the effort. The problem is how you're giving the effort. It's not focused. Okay. So hopefully this presentation helped you a little bit. So the last thing I will share, I'm kind of excited. I like to bring this up as much as I can. My book is finally out, okay? So which is better, 1 or 2? All right, I'll leave a description on the bottom as to how to buy my book. All right, how to have a great team. All right, please help me out. If you can, purchase my book. What I'm hoping is that it will help me reach some of my goals and dreams in the future. I like to be a speaker out in the circuit with a bunch of my friends that I know and respect. There's a bunch out there, and that is my goal, is to get in front of you guys in person and teach you about leadership. You know, how to make your team better, how to make your practice more productive. That's what I want to do. All right, that's my goal. So if you can help me out, I would appreciate it. Also, on my videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube videos. That will also help me out a lot. Okay. So again, I'm gonna cut this short. Leaders, don't forget to always learn the part, dress the part, and teach the part. Okay. Learn the topic of leadership. Trust me, it'll make a big difference. Okay. Dress the part. Always dress like you're going somewhere, like you're going to be successful. And then teach the part. Don't forget that you want to leave a legacy. You're not going to be able to do this forever. Eventually, somebody's going to have to take your place. So teach them what you know. Okay. Teach them the leadership skills that you have so that they can continue on once you pass that baton to them. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. Until next time, take care.